Hey, this is Dylan Villain, and this is Rock Talk for Rock Source Magazine.
Today we have the pleasure of chatting with a band who's been hard at work bringing some serious rock and roll to the masses. Their latest album, Wild at Heart, really delivers a great punch and is enjoying some nice airplay on rock radio. Welcome, Dylan.
Thank you.
Congrats on the release of Wild at Heart. It's been out for a little bit. We're curious to know which of your CDs is your favorite and why.
That's a tough question. I like them both for different reasons. I think, to be fair, I will be honest about this, I kind of graduate towards the first record lately, and that's simply because we've been touring this most recent one for over a year now, and I produced it with Mike Fraser, our producer, so I literally have listened it to death. It doesn't mean I don't like it or love playing the songs live, but I guess there's just been so much time between the first record and the second record that I tend to go back to the first one.
I'm actually doing the same thing. I've gone back to the first one quite a bit.
Nice.
Any new music coming out?
Yes.
When? You're not going to tell us.
Of course not.
Okay.
Come to a show. That's the best way to hear new music from the wild.
Perfect. I will definitely be there. Do you have a favorite song to perform, one that's always felt just right? Yeah,
a couple actually. Party Till You're Dead. Believe it or not, Roadhouse, the very first song we ever put out. Something about it just, it's always been the blueprint of the band, the feel of it, the sound of it, the vibe. Something about that song was just so, it came about so quickly and so naturally that I always just love playing it. So Roadhouse, Party Till You're Dead, and What About You as well. It's cool because shows a different side to the band and different feel in the set and all that stuff. So I dig that one too. What About You is my definite favorite. Nice. You're currently on tour, Canadian tour with the Lazies. How's it been going besides cold? It's good. It's good. Love those guys, and they're another band that's working really hard for rock and roll. And we've been friends a really long time. So to get on the road together has been great. And I feel like this tour is, one of the more real deal rock and roll, Canadian rock and roll tours for this country, and I think it's great. I think we're doing it. Okay, we're always hearing wild things that happen on the road, and well, you guys are known to be a bit crazy. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you on the road? Oh, there's been so many, but I won't tell you any of them. Not one. You're not going to let us know. I'm just not that guy. No. Okay, that's okay. I never have been. You want to find out? Stick around, put your time in. Okay, you're close to winding up this particular Canadian tour, and then followed up that with some U.S. shows, including the Carolina Rebellion, before heading back out on tour this July. Is there something different about playing in Canada as opposed to playing in another part of the world? Yeah. The first thing is it's great because this is our home country, and this is where it all started for us. So that's great because people really have they've responded well to us, and we're very proud to be Canadian. So for us, it's important to want to still be working here and making it happen. In the States, it's great. We've done a lot of touring there and got some fans there. It's still because it's such a much bigger area, we're still really working to make it happen there. Mm-hmm. Europe's been great to us. Europe's all about the rock and roll. They are. They really are. So it's awesome. It's easy for us. I wouldn't say easy in terms of just making it happen all the time, but it's easy in the sense that we get on stage and they love it. And they're still really receptive to the sound that we bring, and it's great. So we look forward to going back there a few times this year. Same with Canada. We'll do, this Canadian tour has been great. All the fans that come out, we love it. Appreciate the support, and we'll be back out for some more shows here in Canada in July after we get home from Europe in June. And we're just one of those bands. We're road dogs. We work, and that's what it takes when you're in a rock band in 2018. So look forward to more of that from us. And is there a part of the world that you haven't been yet, but would love to hit with your music? Well, Asia and Australia. Yeah, Australia would be great. Being that we're on tour with the Lazies, that's it's an easy one to bring up. Yeah. A lot of great rock bands from Australia, Tons of them. Yeah. So, you know what? We're like, the Field of Dreams. You know,
Yep.
if you book it, we will come.
Yep.
You know, like we're just, it's that simple. We go where we get booked, and if you want to see us somewhere, let the right people know, and we'd love to come. We'd love to play anywhere. Honestly, if you want to hear rock music, we're the band to hear it from, and we'll come there and we'll fucking play rock music for you.
Are you guys the type of band that actually, do you get a chance to write on the road, or do you actually set time to actually sit down and write?
At home, yeah. More like, I've always like, you know, touched on it where it sort of feels like sound check riffs, I call them.
Mm-hmm.
You're sound check and you just sort of get ideas flowing and,
Yep.
oh, hey, what was that? And then go back and then you get a little snippet of a recording of it. So it's almost like the start of the idea.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then from there you take it home after you've gotten home from the road and sort of go through your notes and ideas and then build off it that way. Some of them, you know, you look back and you go, I don't know what I was thinking there. Others, you know, that's pretty cool. So let's work.
A little bit too much alcohol the night before.
You know, whatever. Sometimes it's the weirdest thing. Like I've had it where I've just been driving and it's like, this is the greatest song ever. And then you listen back and you go, I don't even know what I'm doing here. But
Okay.
like, interesting enough, the song
Yep.
Slow Burn, one of our biggest songs, I wrote while I was driving. I wrote
Really?
I wrote it in like 15 minutes. And it was just one of those ones that just bam, came to me. I actually have on my phone, it's because I was driving, I don't have
Yep.
a guitar. I'm like humming all of it, the whole thing.
That's amazing.
It's pretty funny. You know, you're doing a guitar riff with your mouth and drums and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like saying what I'm going to do in it and everything. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Hey, if you could pick the ultimate lineup for a show, who would it include?
Dead or Alive?
Dead or alive?
Okay. Bon Scott era AC/DC would headline. Motorhead, Pantera, and The Wild. We would open.
I would definitely go and see that show.
We would open just because then we could be done with work.
And you could
we could
enjoy and watch the
Yeah,
rest of it. I
course.
totally get it.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan, I wish you much continued success with touring and getting the Wild brand of rock and roll out there. And we look forward to what comes next.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
very
much.
Always a pleasure, Don.